comes Jamie Lyon, who is in superb form. He was the top try-assist man in the competition last year. Daly Cherry Evans, what an outstanding debut season he had. Kieran Foran as well. The combination that they have together is certainly going to influence the outcome, not just today, but of the entire 2012 season. There's Kieran Foran, Kiwi standoff, Watmo as well, the Stewart boys, Big T-Rex as well. They're full of confidence, and they should be too. They were the standout best team of the comp last year. And Steve Matai returns home once again, formerly with the Marist Richmond Club here in Auckland. Jamie Lyon leads his team of champions onto the field here at Eden Park, traditionally the home of Rugby Union in New Zealand, the home of the World Cup Grand Final as well last year. And today it hosts Rugby League for, I guess, the fourth or fifth time. Jamie Lyon leads his troops out, and we see the Warriors now making their way down the chute.
Well, what an experience for these guys. It'll be the biggest crowd they've played in front of at Eden Park after last year with the Parramatta opening round. Yet to win an opening round in the last 3 years, but don't worry about that. Manly haven't won 1 in 4, so that trend will be broken today as well. And listen to it.
Listen to the crowd as Captain Simon Mannering, who through the week confirmed he will be at the club until the end of the year 2015. He's 25 years of age and gathering that experience that will make him one of the feared forwards in the NRL competition in years to come. Simon Mannering, much to be expected of him today as well. He's got a youngish team, DJ, but full of talent. Sean Johnson up against Daly Cherry Evans is going to be one of the absolute standout clashes here today. Manu Vatuvei. Tony Archer, Ben Cummins are in control as we look to get underway. Round 1 of the NRL Championship for 2012. Eden Park, the Warriors up against the Manly Sea Eagles. Ben Matulino. 23 on Friday, Matulino. And the kickoff. The Manly will be playing from east to west here. They take first receipt of the football and steady to 15 metres out from the line. A lot of Kiwi Rugby League fans will be wanting to see how Nathan Fred steers the ship as Cherry Evans gets a loose ball. Now it's Stewart. Already, it's Lyon down the right edge. Manages to get it away to the Wolfman as well, and he's peeled back, but they've made 40 metres on the run.
Oh, great offload early on from Glenn Stewart.
Cherry Evans. Now straightening King. Good solid start here for Manly. Midway between the 20 and 30. This is Ballin. Now with Foran. Lays it on there for Stewart, who finds Matai. Great start back on the inside. Matai again to Stewart, who's pulled down 10 metres out. 5 metres into the southern touchline. Manly into their work early. This is Ballin. Good run as well. Finds King through the middle. He's put away on the fifth and final tackle. Jason King. Manly, hot as you like to start us off. The Warriors come up with the football. Great work on the line.
Absolutely perfect football from the Manly Sea Eagles. They went from side to side 3 times in the one set of 6. And then the little kick in goal from Foran. And it was up to Locke to just get it back into the in-goal area. Hard work now.
Ben Henry with his first taste of NRL. Welcome, says Watmo and Stewart. Packer now. So important that they settle down and just calm down any nerves these young players might have. Elijah Taylor, one of the standout defenders for the Warriors through last season. Now Friend to Johnson.
Good kick from Johnson. Good set also from the Warriors. Nathan Friend in control, getting his first touches in the NRL, and then the long kick. Found Oldfield on the full.
Michael Oldfield playing on the left wing. Much has been said, and the reshuffles caused administratively at Manly. Or how that might have upset preparations for Jeff Tuvey. 6 years the understudy to Des Hasler, and now his chance at the helm. This is King. On the 40 metres, manages to get a ball. It's juggled there by Ballin. It's gone backwards. Play on, says the referees. Ben Stewart gets up to play the ball. No more willing workhorse ever than what picks up 120 every single week. Racks up close on 40 tackles as well. On the boot of 4 and a tester at the back there for young Kevin Locke. Locke climbs and collects. He's the ground too short of the 20.
Always going to be just a little bit too long. Not contesting the football. Now the first high shot here. Foreign is it? The feisty Kiwi. Normally leads the line on the left-hand side for the Manly Sea Eagles. Kevin Locke, high into the air, up he goes. Big T-Rex in front of him, no problem. T-Rex waits until he gets to the ground before he sort of somewhat cuddles him and tackles him. And then a good darting run in between two players. And the high shot, courtesy of Foreign and Williams. Good kick too.
Almost celebrate at the prospect of this battle between the number 6. Two of them incredibly talented playmakers. But the combos that they've formed last year, Cherry Evans and Foreign, and of course Maloney with Johnson. The pairings are something to look forward to here this afternoon. 25 in centre field, the Warriors with the football as Friend feeds on for Johnson, finds Packer. Russell Packer continues to impress. And it comes to Taylor, now it's Maloney. Maloney lays it on and Locke comes smoking onto the ball. And Locke spinning around, still going Locke. He gets finished off there by Foreign. Still 10 metres out from the line. Fred feeds. Elijah Taylor once again with a little dummy. Wrapped up, penalty. Beginning two here right in front of the posts.
Just lifted past the horizontal. But what about the footwork of Luck as he hooves around the back and starts stepping back towards the middle of the post? He's got the Manly D and all sorts. Here, hand between the legs. Stewart over the top. Play on.
Warriors with the football now. Big opportunity for them to get over for first points. Here's Maloney, and Maloney sends it off the Manning. Oh, gets pulled up just a minute short. So, the Warriors set themselves a run for the line. Ball's gone loose. Manly come up with the ball.
Huge opportunity there. Friend out of dummy half, trying to find a hard-running Elijah Taylor. The pass was just a little bit too low. They decided to chance their arm and not go for the two, the Warriors, right in front of the post. 2 plays later, after working to the right, a short ball back to the left, and they hand the ball over to the Manly Sea Eagles. Here's a run from Mannering. He went oh so close. Just needed an arm to reach out. Foreign was underneath, and there the pass. At the line and in traffic, hard to handle, but you catch that, and you score the first try here today.
Absolutely, they might rule the decision not to go for the 2 points later in the game. But showing some confidence early on. Getting away from the base of the scrum. Manly look to settle through T-Rex. He's to ground now on the 20-metre line.
What a cracking pace for the opening.
This is Cherry Evans. Well, it started when Manly got that loose ball and streaked 40 metres downfield, and then it hasn't stopped since. This ground, of course, hosted an international cricket match just yesterday. You'll see the drop-in pitch in the middle of the track. South Africa successful. The third one today are against the Black Caps as we see Manly with the football again through the middle. 5 short of the halfway.
Boy, he's a handful, the big T-Rex, and he 3 Warriors to take him down.
Well, his move in from the centres was always anticipated.
His progression through the Manly system has been good as well, formerly of Parramatta. Etched into the game last year. More and more game time the whole time. Played short minutes early in his career and come off the bench. Played a little bit on the wing as well. Now he's graduated, starting back rower.
Both these teams struggle somewhat in their first round games. Manly haven't won one 4 or 5 years, but the Warriors, if they do win, could be the first team of round 1 to win at home. Looking at the results that have occurred already this weekend in round 1. Williams again. He's a handful, and he really takes some solid focus and make sure that he doesn't bust the line. With it now is Watmo. Angles across, manages to get it to Cherry Evans, who waits the ball nicely as well. Sending through big Brent Kites, who's now just 10 metres away from the try line. 7.5 gone, no score here. Here's Cherry Evans using the back door, opening up an opportunity down the right edge. He's a wonderful finish of the Wolfman. And that is the first try. Well done to David Williams. Superb play from Manly. And the Warriors leaving themselves open on the outside.
We told you they'd play some football. Manly, they love the short ball, and here they use up all the numbers. Invited down this end of the football field, and then from one side to the other, it was a back row offload from Watmo over the top, but actually absolutely started it, and then they continued to go that way. They knew they had them covered. Nice hands from Stewart, and a catch and pass again from Lyons. Oh, they do that well. And then the Wolfman, after all of his problems last year with the neck problems, he's back. Hasn't forgotten how to finish.
Well, he dances down that chalk brilliantly, like a Fred Astaire, manages to get in there, good hands. That's his 34th try and his 51st appearance. He's a very popular figure too, across at Brookvale. This man, hugely popular there, and Shell Harbour, where he hails from, Glenn Steele.
What a luxury when William Hopoate decided to go off on his mission and leave Manly out wide a little bit. Scarce, would you say? They bring back in a former Kangaroo in Williams. How timely.
Well, they were a really settled squad last season. We've got Jamie Bureau, who was hugely impressive as well. He gives new coach Tuvey plenty of options. This is Jamie Lyon. From wide out, Lyon. And it's off the upright. Score stays at 4-0 after 9 minutes. It's Manly who draw first blood at Eden Park.
And Manly, courtesy of a 4-0 offload result. It was Stewart to start with, and then the hands, it was crisp. It was out in front. No jumping over the starting line.
Stay behind.
4-0 off the post, remains the same.
Well, the Warriors have had to put on twice as many tackles, have already racked up 42 as a team. Just 22 for the visiting premiers. Into the end goal it goes. Christ, how often do we see his return of the football? Always with intent. As Ballon feeds it to the right through King, now for Stewart. Stewart is almost a magician down the right edge. The work he did, even in the final. Pick up that try with the flick back on the inside from Hopoate.
Good one there. Watmo.
Might have looked ad hoc or ad lib, but it was far from it. A well-rehearsed play. This is Williams, and that's confidence as he pops the ball up and over and into the arms of Foran, who's wrapped up in the tackle of Fred. Matai comes calling. There's a real willingness to keep the ball alive here from Manly, and it creates opportunities. As we're seeing here, it's Lyon again, and now it's Williams again. Williams down the outside, the kick on the inside. You've got to love this. It is beautiful. What a fantastic effort.
That'll be the fifth. Please check the touch.
Where has this football been from Manly? You didn't see it in the trials. You didn't see it in the club battle in England. And now they've come out here and it's champagne. Some of the skill here, quite unbelievable. Big T-Rex on the left edge for them is causing all sorts of problems for the Warriors.
Yeah, we're going upstairs.
And then they shift it right across the other side of the football field. And the Wolfman, after finishing one, the kick he gets on this football is quite superb. He's actually tackled by Manu and then still gets his foot to it. They're checking onside, which is not a problem, but what about the kick from the Wolfman? And then straight into the hands of Cherry Evans. Was he out? Watch his feet. Right foot, close to touch, just in. Oh, did that drag on to the line, or was it a bluff? This has got to be a try for sure.
That would be a shame if it was, because it was just sheer brilliance, DJ.
It's down there, and then it's up. That's fine.
Are we? Simon, just hold him behind.
We are clutching at straws.
So you can get the view. There's a camera down the other end.
Applaud the skill and the precision.
He's checking,
That's just magnificent, Dale.
Well, look, what composure that Lyon showed, and what trust in his outside men. They just know the skill levels of each of their teammates. And this Williams down the right edge was just superb.
And what about that? To kick it with Manu on his back, you can't coach that. Gets his timing perfect. Ball leaves his hand, even unconventionally, just sort of drops it. Puts a little bit of leather on it. And guess what? Into the midst of someone on the inside.
Look, It was absolutely wonderful football. It'd be a real shame if they were denied it, but obviously conjecture there. You can sense that there's a lot of discussion going upstairs, but you at home can make up your own mind. Brilliant play from the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. 7 offloads so far against the Warriors, 0. Cherry Evans thinks he's got maximum points.
In years gone by, I'll be checking you. You're looking at the right column there. 7-0.
Benefit of the doubt try. Well, that's not a surprise. And look, a deserved 4-pointer here for Manly. They've come to play. They're the reigning premiers. And they're saying, hey, we mean business from the start of the year to the finish.
Marvellous football. They thought this kid, Cherry Evans, was going to get better this year. Wasn't going to suffer from any syndrome from playing too much football last year. But look at the spread of the football causes a one-on-one. And when you've got a one-on-one, well, you can start offloading the football, can't you? There's not too much traffic around you. Jamie Lyon on the right-hand side finds his wingman, puts the gas on Manu's got him covered, and then back in. Well, you just actually can't stop that, believe it or not. If that's going to happen to you, that will happen.
Well, Daly Cherry Evans, of course, the Rookie of the Year last year, earned a test cap as well. And many thought that when Hodgkinson left and went across to the Bulldogs, Manly would struggle. In comes this young kid, and he really stepped up to the mark, and they just grew week by week. And by the end of last year, Daly Cherry Evans and Foran were the most feared halves combo in the business.
Throw a little bit of confidence in there that they've sort of accumulated along the way. Lyon from right in front, no problem. Post with his first one, straight through the middle with his second.
Well, this massive round one crowd stunned with the intensity of the opening 12 minutes. Put on here by Manly, prepared to throw the ball around, and that's really appealing for the fans, there's no doubt about that. But you would have thought they might have tried to play it tight and tough up through the middle. Hell no, they just decided, let's give it some air, and look what's happened. 2 tries quick.
Important set of 6 for the Warriors. 2 tries down, line speed, the go-to here. Wrap up the football.
Well, 100% completion rates at the moment there for Manly, and again, it's Kite. It's their big forwards who lay the foundation so brilliantly. Kite, King, Watmo. And now the T-Rex, a menacing look to the front, front row. And back row is here for Jeff Tuvey, his first hit out as a coach. So Ballard works the ball now across to Cherry Evans. Looking to consolidate with field position. Locke takes it 12 out from his own line. They're shell-shocked at the moment, the Warriors. Sluggish to get back as well as Murray comes into dummy half.
Now here's the key to the game. How did the wingers and the outside back get this ruck moving? They haven't had much football. Good run from Manu, made 15-18. That one from Tupu, only the 8. Now the front rows come into it.
Tupu plays the ball. It's fed on by a friend into Matalino. He's put away just before the halfway. 4th tackle now, and they'll decide to keep it left, back on the inside. This is Big Sione Lausi, and the pass deemed forward. Can't turn a trick at the moment, the Warriors, and they're being made to pay by the Manly team, who are just hot on their game.
Sean Johnson had Big Lausi on his outside, but I think it was a pass from Friend from dummy half, which is adjudged to be forward. That pass right there happened right in front of us. It's certainly not the drop-off on the way back. They can't be deemed to be forward. So a bit of scrutiny around the ruck. The new by Friend. And Johnson on the rise, not quite getting it right.
Right on the halfway now. 14 minutes gone, it's 10-0. Lyon. Very good down the right edge. Got a Jason King. George Rose out. Timmy Robinson coming onto the interchange bench. Lussick, Morrow and Bura out now with Foran. This is Williams. Williams holding the ball out in front of him too, keeping the defence in 2 minds as to his movements as Watmo delivers a ball. Poor pass. Bounces fortuitously now for Manly. Come up with the ball again through King. He's only 18 metres out from the try line. O'C does the heavy work upstairs with Elijah Taylor. As you can see, the workload on both teams vastly different at the moment, defensively anyway. First knock on Manly's.
They're human, Manly. They have made a mistake. What about poor old Ben Henry out there? He's defending right in front of a bloke called T-Rex, and he isn't a dinosaur, but he is massive. In your first game on debut as a footballer, Ben Henry is coming under some real pressure in defence. He's doing his best, but he needs some help from those inside him as well.
118 kg of prehistoric dinosaur coming surging at you, eh, DJ?
He ain't no dinosaur, mate.
He's no dinosaur, but he's certainly big and tough, isn't he? Very popular figure too is Tony Williams. There's the bench. A swelteringly hot day in Auckland City. Perfect conditions for rugby league. And a perfect start for the defending premiers. Jerome Ropati makes a welcome return too. He's had a torrid time of it with injury, Jerome. Very popular figure within the camp. Plenty. I'm very pleased to see him back in the fold.
Nice speed injected from Ropati to start that scrum. And then a good run to follow. Sees a penalty inside the 10. Need to find some sort of rhythm here and attack the Warriors.
They haven't quite found their groove at this stage as Matalino takes the first carry. He's put away 15 in from the northern touchline. 35 metres out. This is Elijah Taylor. Lines it up for Shirley Lacey. Of course, his younger brother Sam playing for the Vulcans, one of the stars of last year's NYC champions. Mannering holds off Watmo. He will play it now. 15 from the line as Johnson carries and taken out in the tackle of Ballin upstairs and Stewart down.
A good hold as well.
Fred decides to win the left edge. Out it comes to Manu Vatuvai with his hands let him down.
You know, it was a smart play from Johnson to hold the football because all his recipients were covered. And then when they went back in the defensive line, Manly, the Warriors had them shot. They find the long ball and it's a ripper. And Manu, you catch that. You score your first try for 2012. Had a wretched start in 2011 here at Eden Park when he was taken out in a low tackle and a wreck the first part of his season. And today he got the opportunity to get 2012 off to a ripper, and she went belly up.
He's already racked up 90 tries in the NRL in 132 games, very nearly 91. And here's Cherry Evans, who gets the scrum feed on the 10. Lyon. Now Williams. Moving towards the 30, it's through Brent Kite. Kite now for foreign Kiwi internationals. Spun in the tackle. Good work through the middle. Good solid play here now from Manly Ringa. At the back, heavy lock once again.
Aren't they crisp in attack at the minute, Manly? Passes all finding the mark. Kick early in the tackle count. Make your opponents work, as the Warriors are doing now. Jeff Tuvey, he'll be reluctant to make any changes.
Early quarter game gone. 10-0 scoreline. Billy Tupou now for Friend. Now for Johnson. Vatuvai with ball in hand. Not a lot of room to move. And Jamie Lyon holding on to his leg, which has caused him so many problems. Lacey up again. Back it comes to Maloney. He's trying to steady the shot, play at the right end of the field. Now it comes to Brett Stewart. Stewart has taken centre field and 20 out from the Manly line.
And he's done nothing wrong as we get to near the 20-minute mark of this game, Brett Stewart. But he's been pretty quiet. Such has been the spread of the football. He loves hovering around the middle of the field and making busts. But at the minute, Manly are going wide with good shift.
David Williams has played outstanding early on. That piece of brilliance that resulted in the Cherry Evans try. Vic Mora up to play the ball back for Ballin, turns it on the inside to pick up Kite, and now Cherry Evans with the feign, gets away from one. Cherry Evans almost picks up Watmo as well. So Manly on fire at the moment as Lyons works it for Ballin. Chip over the top, looking for the Wolfman on the chase. There's Locke. The ball's still there. And Manu Vative comes up with the football. But a knock-on is called.
Carving the Warriors up right through the middle of the park, and still the offloads are growing. 8-1, would you believe? Just covering in defence. Locke, well, he didn't know whether to try and get there on the full or not. Evans went right through the middle, and you'll see Watmo being tackled without the ball in behind, but he gets up and plays it, and then Ballin with the nice kick over the top, and it bounced high as well, and Locke sort of tried to bat it out more than anything else. I don't know if he even got a mid on it. Manu scoops it up and cuddles it. Hoping Manly don't get it.
Well, the Warriors have already missed 11 tackles, just 4 missed tackles for their opponents. Times are tough, but they need to weather the storm and regather their composure, regain their confidence. At the moment, its momentum is all the way of the reigning premiers. Scrum to be packed down, vitally important. The Warriors keep their defensive line intact here. This is forward. Out it comes to Matai. Problems, big problems for the Warriors. Steve Matai is in to score.
Well, they come here with a plan, the Manly Sea Eagles, and it was work over the outside backs and the edge defenders of the Warriors, and they do it straight from the scrum. You watch Stevie Matai, he starts early, Stewart to the inside to provide a little bit of a decoy, and then poor old Ben Henry is pushed out wide. Billy Tupu turns his back. Perfect play from Matai, and he just puts his foot on the gas, and a hand onto his shirt won't stop him. He puts it down with nonchalant ease.
Well, that's Stevie Matai's 50th career try. His last came in round 24 against Canterbury. So 50 tries for Matai, renowned as one of the hard men, but that time around he got around the outside of Ben Henry. And Henry will look at his defensive technique on the replay and realise that he's got to mark up and shore up a little more against international talent such as the number 4 from Manly.
Well, to be fair, it was just the pace of the game that exposed Ben Henry there. He is a good defender. He's actually been put out there off the bench to shore up that edge in place of the dynamic Conrad Hurrell. Suggested he'd make better defensive decisions than him. His line moves in, tough kick, sends it straight towards the post. Looks good.
You'll be proud of that as well, DJ. Let's go down to Lavina, who's got some info on the Stewarts.
Yeah, earlier in the match we saw that Glenn Stewart dislocated his finger. We witnessed them put it back into place. He continued playing, but right now he's headed down the tunnel. The trainers have said, get in there, mate. We think it might be broken. If that's the case, we'll strap it up, perhaps some painkillers, and don't be surprised if we see Glenn Stewart with a broken finger return to this match before the end of the half.
Stephen Matai, thank you, Lavina, who debuted him back in 05. He is one of the mainstays of this wonderful Manly squad. We're just really playing fine rugby league here. 23 minutes gone, they're up by 16-0. Ballin from dummy half. And at the moment, just blown out of the water. The Warriors shell-shocked.
Even that run from Ballin there, making good yards right up through the middle. As Williams decides to go on the good work from Ballin. That's a better defensive hold from them, turning him round.
Then short of halfway, it's Williams. Now, foreign. Creating opportunities through the middle. Matalino and Packer having to step up. Of course, Sam Rapida out through injury. Michael Luck likewise. Steve Rapida due back in around round 4. The Warriors to play the ball on the far side.
The crowd chanting for someone from the Warriors to spark someone, to spark something.
On the 30-metre line. This is Mannering. Forward rides him to ground. Dupont. Now it's come from Maloney. Maloney will try to hit the line by himself. Take it through. Fifth and final tackle it is now. 47-metre gain. Back it comes for Friend. This is Johnson, a tester. Let's see who chases. At the back there, and coming on through was Locke. And showing great composure was Michael Oldfield, but the ball has been stripped now. Penalty to Manning. The crowd don't like it.
A shame that Locke couldn't quite get to contest that football. There was good pressure from one side of the field to the other in attack. We saw Mannering push away from foreign only to be wrapped up. And then the kick went nice and high and watched Locke come through. It was Brett Stewart who gave Oldfield a really good cover. Given some clearance to catch the football. Ooh, two in the tackle, Matalino down low and Taylor over the top.
Michael
We'll
Oldfield.
see that rule changed at some stage. You must have a good grip on the football. Must hold the ball.
Matai takes the tab, and now takes it towards the 40 metres. And of course, Manley's into the ground. He'll play it back for Williams. Crossing comes through forward. Morrow, now Cherry Evans. And your sideways movement. A lot of punch through the middle on this play. Warriors have been forced into 105 tackles as we see Darcy Lussick lose control of the football. A welcome opportunity with leather in hand for the home team.
Yeah, big Darcy Lussick, born and bred on the northern beaches of Sydney. Pretty hot property too, off contract next year. A lot of people think this Manly team might get picked apart. Des Hasler no longer there. Nice little footwork, beats two Warriors defenders and loses a football.
So the Warriors with the feed now. Centre field and 40 up from their own line. Johnson, 96 kg, a little bigger than most would expect for a halfback. And comes with big raps, of course, on the halfway now. The Warriors. Warriors spread. Lativaya said, precious little ball. Football, that is Martel with the ball. Delivers up, finds Mannering. Mannering shows it, and he's pulled down 33 metres from the line. 15 in for the southern touchline. Big chance here for the Warriors now as they mount their challenge.
Conrad Hurrell now on the football field, right centre.
Mannering to ground, 10 metres out from the try line. And it comes to Losey once again. As a jinking run, he's to ground now on the fifth and final tackle. Getting themselves set now, this is Johnson. Stabs one into the in goal. Pressure back there, Williams. He will be held in goal as well. So the Warriors will get a repeat set. And a welcome opportunity for back-to-back six.
And this isn't what the Warriors fans want to see. Jerome Ropati limping off at the far end of the football field, which has seen a reshuffle into the team. Conrad Harrell will come onto the right. They'll probably shift someone like Simon Mannering back into a centre position. I watched Harrell when he went onto the football field trying to get a run in there to get a scoot out of dummy half to settle his nerves, and they kept pushing him away from the ruck. The poor thing, he's yet to touch the football.
Well, let's hope that the injury is not as serious as what curtailed his season last year, Jerome. Everyone looking forward to his return. Rossi with the shoulder charge and away. This is Harold. First touch of the ball. Stand-up performer in last year's NYC. Top try score.
He's built like Packer.
He doesn't want to stop. Out of dummy half goes Friend. Good meterage gain from the former Gold Coast Titan.
Momentum now shifting with the Warriors, courtesy of some heavy charges. Harrell on the field, Packer.
Packer with the ball now, 5 metres out. The Warriors must score. They give themselves a chance. Back on the inside now. This is Fletty Martel. Still with that big arm. Top offloader in the business last season. Friend finds Maloney, waits it nicely. This is Mannering. He has halted.
Went the short ball with Mannering and they were stacked on the outside.
Friend wide. Now it's Locke. Locke delivers. It's Johnson. Johnson with a little shimmy. Bounces it for Vactiva. Johnson, some fancy footwork as he hit the line. A fortuitous bounce to the big beast on the wing, but nevertheless, the Warriors take full advantage and come across to score. Vatuvai with the first try of the year.
Well, it had to come courtesy of some momentum, some football at the right end of the football field, and we've seen this before against the Melbourne Storm last year. Johnson with the ball in his hands, one on the inside, stop, start again, go myself, gets the right arm out. Against Melbourne, he found Louis Brown, and today he sort of rolls the ball over to big Manu, who composes himself well and picks up the ball off the deck.
Well, a bit of a risky bounce pass here, but it worked up a treat.
And then the hit and spin, a little bit of dancing with the stars, and he brings it round closer to the post.
Well, just like in cricket, footwork is a wonderful advantage for an athlete. And if you can shimmy and put some moves on just as you hit that defensive line, keeps those defenders in two minds which way you're going. And Sean Johnson showed a real trick there with a goose step in mid-air, and then the bounce pass to Manu, and the Warriors are in to score. 10 out from the half-time with the kick to come at 16-4.
It's a marvellous skill, isn't it? The ability to be able to jump into the air, because it puts your defenders on their heels. They start looking at you while you're in the air instead of continuing to move forward and take a play at you. Some players have it and some don't. And Johnson's got it.
Well, I know there'll be a lot of concern about Jerome's injury. We'll find out if Lavina in a moment just how serious that may be. This is Maloney. And Maloney misses. I thought you were his coaching coach, his kicking coach there, DJ.
He will be questioning himself what he's actually done there. Did not get that one right as well. Big Manu Vatuvai on screen, courtesy of the big beer.
Well, Lavina, can you give us an update on where Jerome's at?
Yeah, we can confirm that Jerome Ropati's left knee is intact and nothing wrong with it, but it's his right ankle that's drawing attention at the moment. As soon as he went down, he said to the trainers, it's sprained, it's sprained. So as far as we know, ball's out on the full penalty, and it could be sprained.
What about Lavina? Cherry Evans has sent that 65 metres, the little halfback. Not a very big man. Boy, he's got some boot on him.
So, the momentum swing round of the hosts here this afternoon. Glorious conditions for Rugby League. As you can see, not so glorious for Jerome Ropati. Any ice work on that right ankle. Sweltering conditions. The fans are enjoying it plenty. The Warriors find themselves in good field position with 8.5 minutes to play in the first half. Looking through their hardest workers. Friend with 13 tackles. Warriors with the ball now through Packer. There's a getting 2 points. 2 for you, DJ.
It didn't take 2 earlier. 16-4 to 16-6. Play on.
Drew Johnson. Little offload out wide, creating some opportunities now for the Warriors as Lyon makes the tackle. Out it comes to the playmaker Johnson, spinning, and then he gets his hand down. Does he get it down? The referee says he does. Johnson, you are superb.
And you wanted the 2, Dale? Oh, please. If there hasn't been enough written about this young man already, there'll be some more coming his way. Brilliant footwork, some real strength. He's strong in the hips. Look at the right step. One of them, then 2 of them, then a little bit of a swivel and a twist. Boy, it's so effective when you can twist in the tackle as well. Means the arms don't get a good gravature. He's gone straight past Stewart there. And in the twist, good ball control with the right arm as well. Could have easily been dislodged. Had some composure. Oh, and he jots it down too.
Remember, this is against the Premiers. So much has been written about him. He's a likeable young man. Hasn't got a big head on his shoulders. And really, with that level of skill, there'll be a lot more lines of copy attributed to this young man, Sean Johnson. And his background in the touch game is evidence too in that fancy footwork that he provides just as he hits the defensive line. Brilliant play from the number 7. And here's the extras. Well, the Warriors Warriors have done big in the last 6 or 7 minutes. It's been all their way, and they've been able to get themselves back into the hunt here as we come down to the last 6.5 minutes or so of the first half. 16-10 is the scoreline after that try from that wonderful rugby league player, Shaun Johnson. Jerry Evans with the restart. Taken in by Locke and wound up now by Packer. Fred. Mannering. Matai. Also, Kieran Foran combined to put Matai away. It's through Maloney. Now to Johnson. An expansive pass. But Manu Vatifai foot on the sideline. Great work quickly undone.
Disappointing because they offer up a position on the football field for Manly to find their groove. For the last 10 minutes has been all the Warriors. I like what they were trying to do, though. They weren't going to concede and just get to a kick. They were going to chance their arm and play some football as well in doing so. But the pass from Johnston, who has just given us 2 marvellous moments, is a bounce pass. And Manu, who are just giving him credit on his footwork, he couldn't keep himself inside the lines.
So Manly get the scrum feed now on the 30-metre line, and immediately onto attack through Foran. Into the high shot, Foran quickly to his feet. Matai, the dummy half. Finds Morrow now. Vic came on off the interchange bench regularly through season 2011. Now it's with Ballon, and Ballon finds Cherry Evans. Big completion rates at the moment here by the Manly Warriors Seagulls, 85%. The Warriors at 71. Still a threat for the Warriors. Manly through Ballon. Here's Foran. Now Williams says out of the way, Maloney picks him up, throws him off. And it surges towards the line. He's 5 metres out now. So it's the final tackle on Manly. Have they got points in them? Cherry Evans checks it out wide. The Wolfman climbs. The Vatuve comes up with the ball. He's lost it. The Warriors still have it though. Play on, says the referee. And the Warriors will walk away from their danger zone.
Oh, great passage. Manu attacked the football. It was up in the air and grasped it. And then the Wolfman puts a mitt in there and tried to rake it off him. Oh, entertaining play.
Vatuve getting himself right in the thick of things at the moment. And it is tough. Let's have another look. This is Williams.
Oh, T-Rex. He shrugs it off. He has been a real handful out there.
Brutal. Surprised he's not dressed in camouflage colours. And here comes Oldfield. Takes it on the 20 metres now. Down to the last 3 minutes of the first half. A very entertaining 38 minutes or so of rugby league here at Eden Park. With Matai. Takes it from dummy half. Wheels out and straightens. Mannering. Tackles. And now the Wolfman comes in off the right edge. Decides to take some of the pressure off his forwards and does well. Cherry Evans. Far side Lussick. Big, rangy, strong, athletic Lussick is up to play the ball. Lovely dummy from the halfback, and then through the middle come Manly. That pass looks slightly forward. The Warriors will come away with it anyway. Wanting to keep it alive. Now it's Mattel. Inside ball. Well, players every which way at the moment. Tangled up like a fly in a web. The Hurricane, as they've nicknamed him early.
Good run from Kevin Locke after a good play the ball from Hull. And again.
Really wheeling it on now. This is Johnson with that dizzying sidestep. To go on the 30-metre line now. The Warriors inside runners coming through. Elijah Taylor picks up the ball. Now it's off Johnson. That's a poor kick. They might make something of it yet. No, they can't.
Oh, what a disappointing end to a marvellous passage of play. Mateo at one end of the football field with the offloads, carving up the middle. Johnson got it in his hands and looked like he was going to put a show on again. And then they steadied it for a kick to Manu, who actually had his feet outside the field of play before he jumped for the football. End-to-end stuff.
Jason King is getting some treatment. Very experienced Jason King, 194th NRL game, 31 years of age. And of course, Manly winning 2 out of 3 of their encounters with the Warriors. And it's all added up over the years. 21 games, only 7 wins for the Warriors. Let's have another look here. This is Ballin.
He went straight up the middle and some nice direct running, and then the pass infield to try and find Brett Stewart. And then the offload to Mateo, who heads off upfield. He's looking, finds an inside ball and a charge up the middle. Bill Tupou gets up and plays it. And from there, the end of it with Manu.
What an entertaining first half of Rugby League. Hope you've been enjoying it right across the country. In the home of the Warriors, Sky Sport. 15 metres out from the Manly line. Replay of last year's grand final. 2014 winners Manly on that occasion. Again, we're reminded that they're willing to have a go on the far side of the field. Now, the Warriors are hoping to get a scrum in.
Well, I told you that Watmo liked an offload. He nearly threw it to our cameraman, but he wasn't even that tall himself. He comes to the right, carries it in his left hand. Big Manu comes in to attract some attention, and he's looking for guess who, the Wolfman, once again. Well, nearly up to row 10.
Well, I know James likes the footy, but our cameraman's almost climbed himself onto the field there. Last roll of the dice for the first half. Referee wants the scrum to be fed again. So much credit, DJ, to the Warriors and the way that they've come back into the game after being 16 down. They've clawed their way back and given themselves a good chance for the second 40.
A particularly poor start. Manly were perfect for the first 20 minutes of this match. Then they succumbed to a try.
Now the Warriors with the last roll of the dice for the first half. Now it's with Hurrell. He's to ground now, 15 from the try line. Quick play, the ball is delivered up. 30 seconds to play as Mannering straightens the attack again to ground. 8 out from the line. Can the Warriors get across the line in the first half? Conclusion. As the curtain comes down on the first stanza. Across it comes to Elijah Taylor. Gets it onto Packer. Who's packing a punch on the run. Big Rusty. Left-hand side. Rubber kick. Played at. Scooped on. Lost ball. Played on. His friend. Now Taylor. Ball is lost once again. Well, it must be caked in soap at the moment for Leather, because both teams struggling to hold on to it in the last moments. What an entertaining first 40 of Rugby League. Hope you're enjoying it. This is round 1 action. It's a repeat of the grand final of 2011. And at half-time, it's the Manly Warringah Seagulls leading the Warriors at Eden Park, 16-10. We're underway with the second half. It's a 16-10 scoreline in favour of the defending premiers. The Warriors turn, and it will be difficult for them. This ground running east and west. The bombs that may be launched from the Manly Warringah boots will cause issues for the Warriors glaring into the setting sun. As we see the ball played now, just 22 metres out from the line. Maloney. Roosters bound to the season, but it's a long way away, and he's committed to doing what he can to go one better than the Warriors did last year. This is Elijah Taylor. Pulled down 8 metres short of the halfway. Friend is busy distributing. Dummy half runs, reasonably conservative for both teams, just a half dozen each. The ball is launched and challenging there for Stewart. Once again, he shows his class and collects the ball 22 metres out from his line.
He was really late to get there. Didn't quite get himself under the football. In the end, it was a dive at the feet. Pretty brave effort from Brett as well. Quiet in the first half, as we mentioned. Ball just not finding him. His brother off the field with a finger injury.
And of course, they came as a bit of a duo unexpectedly. Glenn Stewart turned to be the bonus, really. What a wonderful player he's become. This is Jamie Lyon. Lyon had his way, really, with the Warriors' defence down that right side early in the first half. I'm sure they'll be instructed to take more care when defending against the superstar centre. There's a reminder of the sun and the problems it may cause, and Kevin Locke succumbs.
Well, you called it early, Dale. The sun in the eyes. David Williams, the Wolfman, taking Manu one-on-one, coming in field, playing the football. I thought this come off the outside boot of Daly Cherry Evans when it went up. And he stood there for a long time too, young Kevin Locke. And it went straight through the basket. I wasn't sure whether it went backwards to start with, but then a little fumble there would have confirmed the knock-on and the mistake. So they go straight onto the back foot.
Ballin, Friend is the hardest working defender as he comes out for four. An opportunity on the far side. Stewart to straighten late. And some fine work eventually from Hurl and also Tupou to wrap him up. But Manly, under the pump at the moment, the Warriors, Manly is shaping on them. 10 to the left-hand side of the post. Which way will they go, left or right now? It's Ballin's decision. Ballin lays it on the inside. T-Rex comes thundering across the line. And that's no problem for the big fella. He collects four as easy as buying apples from the dairy.
Brian Blue McLennan won't be happy. A soft start, you'd call it, to the second half for the Warriors. Brett Stewart went from the scrum and went wide. Steve Mathai was getting attention and back play wasn't even part of it. So then they set the ruck up right through the middle. And T-Rex, and all 120 kilo of him, decided he'd go straight over the top. Nice little short ball. Boy, he's a professional, Matt Ballin. Little feint on the outside. He ran to the right, then dropped off under the unders movement. There it is. Too easy. Taylor down low. Friend over the top. And Kevin Locke unable to do anything.
Unfortunately for Lockie, it was his little error that put Manly in the field position. And then close to the line, the big express train comes thundering through, and you'd need a wall of defenders to stop him, maybe 6 strong. We only had 3 up there for Warriors supporters, and he was very good. Jamie Lyon should have a few problems here. A great start, 4 minutes gone. Manly kick out to 2010, make that 22-10. And the hill declines become just a touch steeper here now for the Warriors.
There he is, the mountain. Didn't have to run too far for that try. 6 or 7 metres over a couple.
Word through as well that Jerome Ropati will not be returning to the field here this afternoon. So Locke gets things underway for the Warriors, who've conceded a 6-pointer early in the second half. There's 5 minutes gone. Good defence, keeping busy as Sione Lausi. Up to play the ball is Vic Morrow. Watmo.
They love that 2-pass shift, Manly. One of the halves in there to a back row. Puts the back row one-on-one with the opposition. Makes for a quick play the ball.
Lussick plays the ball back. It comes now for Cherry Evans. Punches it deep. Taken there by Locke. One of the unorthodox style of receiving the football. Too close to the line. Well, he gets barreled into touch. Lock, stock, and barrel.
Always going to be the case with the little man in Kevin Locke. Nice take. Heads up. Manu Vatuvao coming to the screen shortly and go under him. But good experienced centre work. Jamie Lyon and the Wolfman just hold him up, suspend him up in the air. And he's heading all his momentum in the wrong way to start with. It was heading out towards the sideline instead of in from the sideline. And now some more football and a scrum to boot as well. for this Manly side.
What will be of concern to Coach McLennan is that Kevin Locke is a confidence player. He's had that confidence dented heavily in the last 2 touches of the ball. But can he come back from that? A class act would. We know he's a classy young character. He's got a little bit of work to do to regain some of his mojo. Through Watmo. Now King. King steadies. Wrong end of the field as far as the Warriors are concerned, and down by 12 points. There's another chance to make that 14 points, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take that. Make the Warriors force them to score 3 times. Confidence high with the Premiers. They decide to have a go themselves, and Vic Morrow with the ball now. Steadied and settled. 12 out from the try line. Options left and right from Matty Ballin. Decides he'll go left. Finds Foran. Foran takes it to the line with a little shimmy. Beat down about 8 short. Good tackle, Nathan Friend, continuing to be busy. 17 tackles to his credit at the moment as Jason King. 115 kg. He lost that ball and the referee acknowledges that. Doesn't accuse the Warriors of stripping. That is a real fortuitous event for the Warriors fans. We're hearing great numbers.
They got out of jail for sure. Here they are, the attention of 4 Warriors in the ruck there with the big guy. But I really like what Manly were trying to do there. Their runs are really attracting all the players out of the middle of the field for the Warriors. So that means it shortens it up on the outside. After that play, they would have shifted again 2 wide to the edge, and it would have been 1-on-1, or they would have had greater numbers. So their players in the middle of the field are really sucking the D out of this Warriors pack.
Well, Steve Mattai's come off the field. Lavina's got some info for us. Lavina?
Yeah, we can tell you that Steve Mattai's just headed up the tunnel with a suspected broken wrist, and also the Warriors surgeon Stu Walsh has also snuck up the tunnel. We're thinking he might be checking out Jerome Ropati's ankle a little closer than first suspected.
Thank you, Lavina. Also see Glenn Stewart warming up on the sideline, and the Warriors, again, not doing themselves any favours here, DJ.
Yeah, now it was Big Manu's turn to try and instigate something here on the left, and he charged like he always does. Had some room in front of him too, then got his nose through the line. As you'll see here, putting the wheel, or the shoulder to the wheel, gets rid of Foran over the top. Just can't quite control the football. Boy's a handful, isn't he? Speaking of handfuls, Kumatai.
Well, Big Kuma is lining himself up too. He's a very popular figure with Kuma. He's making his way on. As we see Watmo with the ball. Just 12 metres out from the try line again. And that's a glorious day weather-wise here in Auckland City. A little cloudy as far as the hopes of the Warriors fans are concerned. Still half hour to play. But at the moment, Manly are dictating terms here in this round 1 fixture.
Courtesy of a couple of penalties in the play the ball as well, just a little bit long. I'd really like to see the Warriors make a statement with their defence in the second half. Of course, their attack, we know what that's about. But it's their defence that'll hold them.
Well, here's Ballin. And this defence will be tested right here. Here's Vic Morrow. Morrow's put away. 18 metres in centre field. Great scoring opportunity here for the Sea Eagles as it comes through Foran. A backdoor move finding Stewart on the far side. Stewart's picked up. The ball has gone into the hands of the Warriors, and Kevin Locke comes away with the football.
That was great D from the Warriors.
Friend. Ambitious ball from Friend to Taylor as the Sea Eagles swamp Taylor. And a big sigh of relief from the Warriors faithful.
Trying to spread the football. I mentioned the D on the far side, the right-hand edge for the Warriors, and it was good because it stopped Brett Stewart from going out wide. And guess who it was who made the tackle? Conrad Harrell on debut.
And that'll be a huge confidence booster for her.
Here it is here. Sorry, he reads Stewart, who's one of the best in the business, going out wide after going up off his line, and then he covers him with speed. So that's good work for the youngster.
Bad news for Manly if, in fact, Matai has broken his wrist in game 1.
Such which is a consequence. Matai, one side, Ropati, the other. Good run from Brown here. Now injected into the game through the middle third of the field.
Well, Lewis Brown will provide a lot of impetus going forward. Certainly never takes a backward step, which we see Friend showing the benefit of his experience. Works it on the right side. Finds Hurrell there. It's quickly to his feet. Now to Friend. The Warriors starting to get some swing into their step. And some groove on at the moment as they come within 8 metres. Ukumatai is on. Packer is off. This is Johnson. Johnson goes to search now wide. Manu comes towards the ball. It's back on the inside. And now it could be try time. It's hard to tell from here. It probably is in your place as well.
Marley,
Well, Manu went up.
it's the last tackle. 2 things.
There is a couple of things to check here.
But I also want to take 2 possible knock-ons.
And there you are. Not looking for 1, but 2. I think the ball may have been propelled backwards, to be fair.
I don't know.
And there were some big units under it. Akuma Tai was one of them. He was the second one. We'll check the onside. Set himself well and got the kick perfect too. Good height. Lyon tries to ride Vatuvai out of it. That's the first one there. He grabs the football and catches the attention of a Manly defender and doesn't go backwards. So
On the back.
play on there. That's off the Wolfman. Into the arms of Tai, was it? And out of the arms of Tai. We need a different camera angle. Straight through the basket.
Well, that one's okay, DJ.
Yep.
No problem there.
It's this one here.
Now, this is
Tai
Ukumatai.
and Ballon over the top.
Well, that's gone backwards. Who picks it up? Nobby. Comes up with the ball.
Perhaps this angle will tell us whether the ball for the second knock-on has propelled forward or backwards. Touches it there, and where does it flick out to? Well, way back there.
I don't know, but you're sounding rather lawyerish as you look through the pros and cons, mate.
It takes time to sit on the fence. Here it is here.
This is Akuma.
This will be the angle one. Well, he flips that backwards, so there's no problem there. I'll hop off the fence and say this is green, and we'll only require 3 letters on the screen.
All right, a bit of poetry as we await the decision. You were right on the money there, DJ, right on the money. Well, the Warriors fans, plenty to smile about there. Kevin Locke has made up for a couple of errors that cost him early in that second half.
It was a good passage of play, and they knew they had to get a reasonable finish on it as well. Johnson's got the skill to put the money on the ball, or the ball on the spot, should I say, and he did it well. They defended it as good as they could. In fact, they had blocks going everywhere, but it was just a miss from the Wolfman, which give the second opportunity.
So Kevin Locke is in to score. This jack-in-the-box type footballer. Emerges everywhere. An important kick in the context of the game for James Maloney. He strikes it poorly. That's 2 misses now for young Jimmy Maloney. Who's last year kicking with pretty good percentages.
Yeah, he's pulled both kicks to the left, which is a no-go zone for a right-foot kicker. More work required.
Well, come on, elaborate. What more mistakes did he make?
Kick-off from Evans and long.
22-14 is your scoreline. It's 13 minutes into the second half. And we've had confirmation that Steve Matai is not to return today. We'll keep you posted. There is talk of a suspected broken wrist. We'll see if we can clarify that before game's end. But he certainly won't be back this afternoon.
Jason, all the way. Let's go.
Good run from Brown. Good yards. 15 on the boot. See the speed of the play of the ball.
Well, word through that, well, initially thought to be a perhaps broken wrist with Matai, could indeed be a fractured thumb. We'll keep you posted. And Johnson momentarily takes his eye off the ball. The referee calls them back, but a very fundamental error by this talented playmaker.
There's a poor passage. What had happened is Louis Brown had made a really good run. Nathan Friend took the next run, which left Louis Brown at hooker. And the pass from Louis Brown, well, it was a poor one. Now, Johnson has all the skills. He's actually moving to his left away from the football as it's passed to him as well. And they grass it. The ball was knocked on from King.
Play on, says the referee, as King plays the ball a couple of metres inside the Warriors' half. Now on the 40-metre line. It's out to Foran. It worked that left edge again, where T-Rex has been so effective. But this time, perhaps some bigger defenders there in the form of Losey and Hurrell. Jamie Burer, who call my tyres all over him.
3 penalties in the second half for the same thing.
There's Darcy Lussick with the football. He's taken on the 10-metre line now. And a big opportunity for Manly Warringah. Here they come, a roll, and the Sea Eagles. The Sea Eagles have got numbers, and it's Lyon. Almost set up there by Stewart.
Great read from Batuve to come in.
Stewart with the ball, has a go at the line himself. The Warriors muscle up on the D-line. Now it's back to you, Cherry Evans. Finds a runner inside. It's Watmo, but Watmo won't get through. It's Losey. Watmo gets a late pass. Well, everyone thought he was called held, but not so. It's back to Williams, and Williams is put away 8 metres short of the line. Still the money on Manly as it comes wide now for Glenn Stewart back on the field. Stewart loses the football. It's gone backwards. Referee says play on, but doesn't give them a full set. Here's Cherry Evans. Now Lyon. Lyon finds Manu Batuve. Comes on Stewart, and Stewart gets charged at by the big Tongan International.
Oh, side to side as Manly do inside the 20. The ball coming loose. There was green grass in front of Manu. Bitten his ears back.
Henry delivers up. Bit of a high shot there, centre field.
He's a wow of a player, Glenn Stewart. Just back on the football field.
And immediately into stride. He really is a wonderful performer. Week in and week out, Glenn Stewart. Warriors fans start to bring up the chant. Shaking the house, rattling Eden Park as Johnson punches one deep.
Great kick too, and a good chase. Wolfman just into the goal area. And what was required as well. Now a little bit of pressure. Let's see how long it takes Manly to get back onside. Only 4 behind the ball at this stage.
Rich Stewart with the ball, and that's the sort of defence that Brian McLennan would have been hoping for. The first to say that the Warriors are a work in progress. He expects them to hit their peak form in 4 or 5 weeks, but obviously keen to get 2 points wherever he can in the early games. Both teams sluggish starters, and of course with 2 new coaches. It's McLennan for the Warriors and Jeff Tuvey for Manly. 2 of 7 debutant rookie coaches in the NRL this season. There's a kick.
We wanted the Warriors to make a statement with their defence, and they did in that set of 6. They worked hard off the line. They chased. Mannering turned the Manly player around. Lussick it was who took the second hit up before the kick. And then on the last kick, it was Taylor who put the charge down, put some pressure on Ballon to kick. It went out on the full. That's team defence.
And it's paying dividends too. The Warriors still very much in the hunt here at 22-14 as we approach 3/4 time. And after all the build-up through the summer, new players coming and going from the NRL franchise, the New Zealand Rugby League public have been itchy in anticipation of this clash. And what a clash it's turned out to be as well. A fine game of rugby league as we see the inside ball delivered up from Johnson to Brown.
Let's see the set of 6. That's 2 into the middle. Where do they go? They go right. Johnson's got it in his hands. He feeds it around the back to Maloney. Hard running. Hurrell into it. Shoves it off and keeps going again.
Hurrell, look at him. Well, he was the line break king of the under-20s competition last year. Plenty of eyebrows raised when he was named to start the game this week. But he has proven his doubters wrong when he's having a whale of a time out there in the middle. 8 metres from the try line now. Lewis Prowse slides to dummy half. Here come the Warriors. Matulino puts the ball down and all their good work quickly undone.
They were really flat. It was tackle 4. Manu had his hand up in the air and was just begging for it to go up again, courtesy of the boot of Johnson. But he threw the flat ball and right into the defence. This is where Hurrell took on Bura, shrugged him off and kept going. He won't be the only one shrugged off this year from this young man. And then when they get to the left-hand side of the field, they were really, really flat. Catching the ball pre-line, right in between Evans and also Kite, and can't control it. A good passage, but needed a good finish.
Well, Matulino has normally got pretty safe hands. We'll look at the replay of the game and think, if only I'd held on to it. What's important now for the Warriors is to just maintain their composure as we see the bullocking run once again of T-Rex.
And of course, he's just gone past 100 metres for the match as our big T-Rex, T. Williams.
Irrespective of what club you support, he is an awesome player.
A marvellous offload from Bura. I see some more second phase play. Stewart right up the middle.
Pull away on the halfway, right on the cricket pitch, which was dropped in last night and then dropped out this morning. With the football now. Hard running.
New on the field, Robinson.
Timmy Robinson. George Rose is a popular figure with the Manly fans. Left at home this time around as Hurrell comes in to take out the Kiwi international and forward. Now through Kite. Of course, Manly lost Shane Rodney. A number of players have headed offshore. Lost their administrative staff. Still alive on the far side and coming in is Billy Tupou. Really wrestling with the Manly team at the moment. And the Warriors come up with it. Locked on both ways, though.
Brett Stewart has taken the attacking impetus to the left. Held up and with his right hand flicked it round the back, Benji Marshall style. Hit the turf. Last tackle as well. Big Manu right in on Oldfield. Turns it round. Maloney dives on it. You be the judge.
Well, tough decisions have to be made by the whistleblowers at times. And they are human, don't always get it right. That's to be expected as well. Kieran Foran to feed the scrum, 22 metres out from the try line. Warriors really do need to be next to score if they're going to challenge the scoreline. 22-14, 18 to play. Rex takes it, Cherry Evans. Again, watching the prodigious talent that is Brett Stewart. Stewart sends it back on the inside. Classily taken as well by David Williams. Across now to Cherry Evans. Glenn Stewart. Stewart brothers hailing from Shell Harbour, just south of the Steel City of Wollongong. An hour south of Sydney. Applying their trade now on the peninsula. Across it comes to Williams. Bureau with the football now. Doesn't quite know where to go. Darting, diving, sideways and backwards. And gets the big shoulder charge as well. The old what for from Johnson. 15 from the line now. Robinson. Straight ahead goes Robinson as Manly get themselves set. Gee, it's been intense out there today. Terry Evans. Passes seemingly off the ground. Lyon loses the ball. It's gone backwards. The Warriors will have it. The Warriors have the football, courtesy of Elijah Taylor.
It doesn't get any better than that. He's depriving play and shifting the football at any cause and a rushing defence. Everyone flat out 100 mile an hour.
Ben Henry up to play it now. Looking for some runners and some workhorses. They're a long, long way from the try line, the Warriors, but Matulino's got a bit to make up for. He put the ball down a few moments back. This time, a powerful run collects 10 metres. Almost leaving it behind.
Good skills to take that. Had the backing lights on as well. Beep, beep. Maloney. Mateo right up through the middle. Didn't offload. Doesn't do that often.
Well, Folletti, the most prolific offloader last year as Johnson looks for the chip and regather. Problematic for Johnson to collect. Not so for Williams, and the Wolfman finds himself flung to ground. Well, I think it's a bit stiff on the referee pulling in a penalty here. Your thoughts there, DJ?
Yeah, of course, I'm with the crowd on this one. It's part of the game. But what I did like from the Manly side of things, did you notice that it was the Wolfman at fullback who regathered that kick? Brett Stewart had shifted to the wing to give himself a bit of a breather. And here it is. Down he goes. Would you call it a ragdoll? You certainly would. If you had a name for it. They go on with the tackle. Well, he's twisting himself as much as they're twisting him there.
That's why I read it too. David Williams hardly succumbed. He was battling away as well. So Manly find themselves centre field. 15 minutes to play. 22-14 is your scoreline. Completion rates now at 70% for the Warriors, 64% for Manly. They enjoyed 100% success in that regard early in the game. Haven't been able to emulate that later in the game. As we see Cherry Evans gets to his feet. Ballin turning back up on the inside. Robinson pulled down 15 from the line. Again, plenty of pressure here on the hosts. The home team, as we see again, Williams terrorising the Warriors would be one way to describe it. Big fend and then the offload out the back door as well. Now this is a test now on the Warriors' defence. Are they equal to the challenge? There's the stab kick, it's foreign. Now with Jimmy Maloney. Maloney's pulled down 20 out from the Warriors' line.
Oh, poor kick from foreign. And a good pick-up and out penalty. So with 14 minutes to go in the match, the most vital thing now is to hold on to the football for the team that wants to score the most points. I really have seen a different Manly here this afternoon. I know the Des Hasler side coached, they played plenty of football, but this Manly side's throwing the ball around a little bit more.
And another powerful run here by the Warriors. Again, it's Hurrell out of dummy half. Lewis Brown, the Shark. The Shark is through! The Shark is through! And a desperate tackle stops the Shark attack. Double play, Sinbin 10. Stewart goes. Went at him twice.
Marvellous tackle from Brett Stewart. You called him this. The Shark was through. What was the snake they call him? They call him this, like Brett Stewart. Great low tackle. Blind wants to chat to the referee to slow the game up. The ref wants to carry on as well. Matt Ballin, it was who coming for the second play.
So it's Maloney now to Johnson, and Johnson finds Martel. Fernando Martel is close to the line in his own right without the offload. Dummy half. In comes Ben Henry, playing at dummy half. Across he comes to Johnson. The numbering up at the moment of Kumatai. He's down to the ground. Only 5 metres out from the try line now. Here comes Johnson. Cut out ball. Taken. Back to goes. Around one. Around two. And Sanders up. The Warriors are in.
They needed a hard run up. I thought they were too flat. There was space on the right for them if they went that way. But Johnson wanted to find his wingman in Vatuve. Finished it off well as well.
This was the Shark attack. Does real well to get through, does Lewis Brown. And then he's held down. It's Stewart downstairs and Ballin goes over the top. Rest says, I'm not having a bar of that. And
So then the final play of it sees Johnson. He's gone to the air a couple of times looking for him. Went through the hands of the Wolfman. And Manu couldn't believe his luck. He thought it was going over his head as well. Knows he's got to bring it round a little bit closer to the post. But good reward. No problem with the footwork there as well. Risky pass, I might say, from Johnson. But it got the chocolates.
Manu Vatuve, is there a more popular rugby league player in the world?
Not if the world comprises of Eden Park alone.
Now some more pressure on young Maloney. He's missed 2 relatively straightforward conversions already today.
Pretty much from the same position as this as well.
Indeed.
Which are givens in the game.
Should be 4 points down. Will it be 2? Yes, it will be. It is a 2-point ball game. And what is very interesting is that the Warriors are up against 12 men for the next 8 or you'd guess about 8 minutes.
So points favouring the teams that have held on to position for various passages of this game. We've seen both teams receive kickoffs and actually want to play football in their own 30 as well. It all bids for an entertaining last finish to this match.
Jerry Evans, the stabbing type kick. Finds its way into the arms of skipper Mannering. Lewis Brown, Hurrell offloads. Back it comes for Brown. Brown is taken by Stewart and also Robinson.
What about Brown? Interjected late into the game, up to 80 metres already. Good ball from Packer, nice little off-road. Don't you like seeing that from a front rower? To a front rower.
Gotta love it as well. Here's Johnson. Now Martel, that ball's been knocked down. Play on, will say the referee is. Elijah Taylor calls for a runner on the inside. Now it's Lyon. And the Warriors have blown it. They had the ball, and then they turn it over. Only a desperate tackle from Kevin Locke saves the day.
Brilliant tackle from Nobby. Now they've shifted it wide. Wappo doesn't know what to do with it. He finds the Wolfman.
Wolfman doesn't know where he's going either. Takes the tackle. Meters out from the try line. Well, Lyon almost streaked away with the football. Locked it brilliantly to pull him down. And then went again for tackle 2. Ball's played now. It's Bureau. Here's Foran trying to step back through the traffic. Shut down, cut down. 5th and final tackle. Now with Manley. There's Sherry Evans. Ball's gone down. Stewart gets the try. The Warriors butchered it, but Stewart did not. And Stewart is in to score. That pushes the score to 26-20. Well, it was a great effort by Locke to save the run from Lyon. But in the end, too much pressure. And that wonderful Glenn Stewart, gee, he's everywhere. He's over to score 10 to the right-hand side of the post.
Elijah Taylor. Now the pass, it was a shocker to be fair. Lyon set sail, and the young wheels of Kevin Locke, who's got amazing blistering speed over the first 20, saved the day. And then their structures were all at sea a little bit, Manly. They've played such a marvellous game. But Cherry Evans knew to put it onto the foot. And guess who was chasing? Threads the needle. A mistake. Trying to collect it from Locke. Manu couldn't tidy up as well. And somewhat rolled over top of the line was Glenn Stewart. Down to it. 12 men. What a game.
Well, you've got to pay some tribute to them. Manly have been just really hungry. They've hung on in there. And even though they were under pressure, you always sense that they're a chance to turn something on. And this man here, Glenn Stewart, one of the best in the business. Excellent finisher. 140 games, Glenn Stewart. That's his 26th try. Jamie Lyon should have little difficulty with the conversion attempt.
It's a hugely important kick in the context of the game. 6 up in a minute, trying to get beyond the 6.
And surprisingly, Lyon slices it. And so it's a 6-point game. And we have a grandstand finish in store here at Eden Park. 7 minutes to play. The Warriors crowd are enjoying it immensely. I know from the commentary position, I certainly have. I hope you are at home as well.
The pace of the game will now start to get to some of the players. Completions down 67 and 70%, so ball control hasn't been great. Kick from Maloney goes long. Finds Kite. Just about brought every kickoff back in the game for the Sea Eagles.
Brent Kite up to play the ball now on the 20-metre line. Well, I never.
On the mark, Anthony.
The ebb and flow of modern-day sports as Bureau tries to climb through the middle. He gets pulled down about 12 metres short of the halfway. Now Stewart.
What about the luxury? Ballon is their hooker and the one that directs play right around the football field. To have a versatile player like Bureau on the football field to play hooker while he's off is a bit similar to having Louis Brown on the field when you've got Nathan Friend wanting to go the whole distance.
Well, Bureau too, good back rower, comes off the bench. And again, we're reminded of this talented young fella. He's going to set the NRL alight in years to come. Fatuve. He's an enigma as well in the competition. And the referee has said that Manu's knocked the ball on.
Pats on the head all round for the Manly side. They realise they want a few calls to go their way in the dying stages of this match. Friend back onto the football field shortly.
He does. As long as he holds on to the ball, mate, just run that right.
And here it is.
Okay.
Comes in, shrugs off one.
Bend in.
Over top with the attention. Kite on the double.
Move
Stewart
along.
down low.
Get in the scrum.
I didn't see a hand in there.
Manu. Head in.
Tim Robinson clapped his hands.
Get your heads in.
Well, again, really important.
Let's go.
Ball retention.
Ball in.
6-point ball game at the moment here. Completion rates for both teams around 70%, so DJ's quite right in saying it's been a little sloppy as far as control and handling is concerned. Stewart, as we get closer to curtain call, we realise that Manly, we just want to shut things down and quieten things down. It's down to the last 5 minutes now. Warriors connections dismiss any talk of a hoodoo here, having only played the one game, a loss to Parramatta in 2011. But as far as rugby league on the ground's concerned, we'll yet to pick up a win for the local team. Here's T-Rex again with another bulldozing run. 5 metres out. And a knock-on, an uncharacteristic error from Jamie Bureau may just leave the door slightly ajar for the Warriors.
So Ballon just about done his time in the bin for the professional foul. About to head back onto the football field. Needed as well. The Warriors with the ball. 12 out from their own line. What have they got?
Down to the last 4 minutes. It's been a brilliant game of rugby league at 26-20. Lots to like about the efforts put in from both teams. Can the Warriors score, convert, go to extra time as we see Faleti Matau? That was an attempted pass, ended up in the hands of Brett Stewart. Matau's been relatively conservative in comparison to many of his offloading traits and form of 2011.
He's been pretty selective today, Faleti Matau. That wasn't one of his better selections. Kite doing some more hard yards up through the middle. He's been strong for Manly.
Well, he's solid and reliable, and that's why he's had such a wonderful career. He doesn't do too many flashy things, Brent Kite, but he's certainly very solid for Hasler and now for Tuvi. Ballon finds Terry Evans again. Goes to the defensive line and thinks better of it. Turns back on the inside. Finds Bureau now. Bureau 18 from the line. Ballon. The Warriors really heaving at the moment. The grubber kick into the end goal is clever but too deep.
You know, I question that kick from Kieran Foran, not only because it went dead, but what about a field goal? Good position, middle of the field. Take the game out of the reach of the Warriors. Wasn't even set up for.
I'd have to agree with you there, DJ. There was a good chance to seal the deal. Now, a slim chance for the Warriors. Must score and convert to stay in the hunt. 2.5 to play. That's tackle number 3. Still half a dozen metres short of the halfway. As Johnson works the double around on the shark. Now Johnson to ground. 45 metres out from the try line. Is somebody going to put their hand up and put on a play to bring this crowd to their feet? And a dummy half. Lock. He's a man Likely puts up a bomb. Are there any chasers there? Manuvatuai pads it back. Play on. It's still with the Warriors. And it comes. It's Mateo. Mateo. He gridirons the ball. It's a tap on. It's Friend. It's Packer. Packer goes wide. It's Maloney. Still hard on the far side. This is Lucy. And down they come. And the ball has gone loose from Dupont. Had to double up.
The opportunity was there to be shifted. A slight hesitation from Packer to shift the football as well. And then the flatness of the Warriors on the right-hand edge. Hurrell outside as well. If he had been deeper and able to run onto the football from Mannering. But in the end, the young man gets a short ball from Mannering and he gets bumbled into touch. Aerial ping-pong to start with. Fletty Mateo, you knew it wasn't going to stop with him. Holding it for an age. Up went Friend, give it to Packer, a dummy, and then he found the guys, but all the passes were behind them. A little bit of depth required. I know it's hard when the ball's on the far side of the football field, but perhaps it was a catch and pass motion. But we're back in play now.
Well, look, if you're a rugby league fan, you would have to have enjoyed this game. Even if your team was not on the winning side of the market.
It's the Warriors here. It's not over, mate.
No, I realise that. But either way, you've just got to have enjoyed the quality of play that both teams have put on here this afternoon. It's still, though, with Manly, the Warriors, we're hoping to get a last chance with the ball in hand.
Wide forward, wide.
Here's Jerry Evans, and he sends it downtown to Kevin Locke. Locke now. Full length of the field to go. Gets it across to Maloney. Maloney sends it back on to Kevin Locke. The door opens slightly for Locke, who takes it through towards the halfway. Out of double half now, Friend. No look passing. Back up on the inside. Down to the last 10 seconds. Through the middle come the Warriors. The crowd counting down. This is the last roll of the dice. It's Johnson. It's Johnson. Now it's Manuvatuai, and the ball has gone to ground. The Manly Sea Eagles win this round one clash at Eden Park. And what's been a sensational game of rugby league. Just the one try in it, but too strong, the reigning premiers. They beat the Warriors 26-20.